Back with some more Madden 20 science today, as we have another experiment here in Madden 20 franchise. As today we're gonna see what would happen in the NFL if every single backup quarterback for each and every NFL team was actually that team's starting quarterback. We're gonna see what team would reign supreme, win the Super Bowl with their backup quarterback as their actual starter. So I thought this was super interesting, and hopefully guys do enjoy. And if you do, make sure to smash that like button, subscribe if you are new, turn on that notification bell if you haven't. In the comment section below, let me know of any other video ideas that you do have for a chance to be featured in an upcoming video. And with that said, dudes, I am excited to see actually what happens here across the NFL. But if we go and look at the depth chart for each and every team, what we did do to make this actually happen is we had to go through and make every real life starting quarterback their overall lower than their backup, because if it wasn't and you just reordered the depth chart, the CPU in a franchise would automatically put the starter back in as the actual starter. But we did find a workaround. Kansas City Chiefs quarterback Mr. Chad Henne at a 58 overall, and some of these, they are going to be, it had to come down to my decision which quarterback was the actual starter and which was the backup. So there's a couple of decisions that could be argued about, but I did my best. The Indianapolis Colts, obviously now Andrew Luck has retired, so Jacoby Brissett is their starter in real life, and now the actual backup in real life, Mr. Chad Kelly at a 61 overall. Dallas Cowboys backup Mr. Bryce Petty at a 57 overall. Miami Dolphins quarterback Josh Rosen. Now this is one that was a little tricky because Ryan Fitzpatrick is the higher overall Madden, hence why I went with Josh Rosen as the actual backup quarterback that's going to start in this video. Backing him up is Mr. Jake Rudock. Philadelphia Eagles backup quarterback, no longer obviously Nick Foles. In today's video is going to be Mr. Cody Kessler at a 61 overall. Atlanta Falcons backup quarterback Mr. Matt Schaub at a 56. Mark Sanchez at a 55 overall. San Francisco 49ers with a decent backup quarterback Nick Mullins at a 68 overall. We all know he stepped in a couple games last year, actually played really well. Now the New York Giants, another tricky one, since Eli Manning is the higher overall in Madden, and a lot of people still think Eli's going to start to begin the year, although Daniel Jones has actually had a really good preseason. I decided Daniel Jones was the backup, hence why he is starting in today's video at a 66 overall. And the Jacksonville Jaguars, Gardner Minshew, rookie out of Washington State, is going to be the starter at a 59 overall. New York Jets, Trevor Siemian as the starter at a 61 with Luke Falk backing him up. Detroit Lions, David Fells as the starter with Mr. Tom Savage backing him up. David Fells at a 60 overall out of San Jose State. Green Bay Packers, Deshaun Kaiser at a 63 overall is going to be the starter. Carolina Panthers, Will Grier, the rookie out of West Virginia, was a 4th round draft pick at a 66 overall. Actually, he's like the top 5 rated rookie quarterbacks in Madden 20. He's going to be the starter. Now, New England Patriots, this was another tricky one, but just because Brian Hoyer is such a higher overall than Jarrett Stidham, he is going to be the starter. Jarrett Stidham has actually had a really good preseason. A lot of people think will actually be the backup for the Patriots, but we are going to go with Brian Hoyer today. Oakland Raiders, Mike Glenn as the starting quarterback, 61 overall, and poor freaking Nathan Peterman still can't be a part of any of these experiment videos yet. LA Rams, Blake Bortles, one of the highest starting quarterbacks in today's video overall wise, at a 70 overall with the Rams. So the Rams might be a team to look after in this experiment. Baltimore Ravens, RG3, 66 rated. Still crazy how everything's happened and RG3's actually lasted longer in the league than Andrew Luck. That's just an interesting tidbit and just interesting to think about. RG3 at a 66 overall. Washington Redskins, Dwayne Haskins Jr. at a 73 overall. This was another tough one, but we are going to go with him. Colt McCoy actually looks like he might start the first few games in real life, but we're going to go with Dwayne Haskins here. New Orleans Saints, Teddy Bridgewater, I believe the highest rated backup quarterback in Madden 20, is the starter for the Saints at a 73 overall. One of my all-time favorite quarterbacks in college. I still believe eventually in his career he's going to have some success as a starting quarterback. Geno Smith as the starter with the Seahawks at a 58 overall. Pittsburgh Steelers, Mason Rudolph is the starter at a 66 overall. Houston Texans, AJ McCarron as the starter at a 62. Tennessee Titans, tied for the highest rated quarterback in today's video, Ryan Tannehill at a 73 overall. Him, Dwayne Haskins, and Teddy Bridgewater all to 73. Minnesota Vikings, Kyle Slaughter at a 56 overall. Chicago Bears, Chase Daniel at a 63. Cincinnati Bengals, Brock Osweiler at a 68. although I don't think he should be here, so I'm actually going to make a trade and cut Brock Osweiler because it's supposed to be Jeff Driscoll. I think they signed him out of free agency. Buffalo Bills, Tyree Jackson, 65 overall, the undrafted rookie, is going to start today. Denver Broncos, Drew Lock, an early draft pick in this prior NFL draft at a 67 overall, going to be starting today for the Broncos. Cleveland Browns, Drew Stanton at a 60 overall. Tampa Bay Buccaneers, Blaine Gabbert at a 61 overall is going to be their starter. Arizona Cardinals, no Kyler Murray today. They have Brett Hundley, the former backup for the Packers, now backup for the Cardinals at a 65 overall. Chargers, Tyrod Taylor, another one of the top backup quarterbacks in the league. 71 rated is going to start for the Chargers, so they're probably going to have a good season. And back to us. For some reason, I used the Chiefs today. Chad Henne at a 58 rated. What the heck? Are you actually kidding me? I'm trying to trade for Brock Osweiler and cut him off my roster. A 68 rated quarterback, and it's going to take a first, second, and third round draft pick to get him from the Bengals. How broken is this freaking game? Well, we can say goodbye to Mr. Brock Osweiler. Shouldn't give us any problems here moving forward in this experiment. But guys, I want you to let me know in the comment section below who you think is going to reign supreme this season, who's going to win the MVP, and who is going to win this Super Bowl. My prediction, Teddy Bridgewater MVP, and I'm going to go LA Rams Super Bowl champions. That's my prediction. Let me know yours in the comment section below, and let's see what the heck would happen in the NFL if every backup quarterback was actually the starter. So apparently, even without Patrick Mahomes and with Chad Henne as the starter, your Kansas City Chiefs still do make the playoffs at 9-7. The Bengals, I guess, with Jeff Driscoll as their starter, went 10-5-1. Now moving along, the Chargers, that was another one of my predictions I thought were going to do really well. They went 10-5 with Tyrod Taylor as their starting quarterback. Best record in the league goes to the Green Bay Packers and DeShone Kizer. That's a shocker. So the Chargers and Tyrod Taylor had a very good season. Will Grier obviously did well with the Panthers. The Colts, with technically with what their third string quarterback just a few days ago, still go 10-5. Let's see some other shockers. Patriots without Tom Brady, with Brian Hoyer, still make the playoffs. Worst record in the league ends up going to the Oakland Raiders at 112-3. What are the freaking odds a team actually ties 3 games in a season? So it looks like Drew Lock didn't do well with the Broncos, nor did Dwayne Haskins in the Redskins, although he was tied for the highest rated quarterback in today's video. So looking at some of the stats across the league, who ends up winning? The NFL MVP goes to Ryan Tannehill of the Tennessee Titans. Daniel Jones in second, Teddy Bridgewater in third. So that was, my prediction was relatively close. DeShone Kizer in fourth. Kyle Slaughter was a 58 overall at the beginning of this experiment. Now to a 62, came in fifth. Todd Gurley, Drew Stanton up there at seventh. Zeke and Nick Mullins rounds out the top 10. I want to look at some of the other statistics across the league. Offensive Rookie of the Year goes to Gardner Minshew, the second with the Jags. He wins the Rookie of the Year in the AFC. Tyree Jackson, second. Drew Lock in third. No quarterback. Jarrett Stidham apparently had some playing time here. Defensive Rookie of the Year goes to Nasir Adderley in the AFC. In the NFC, Offensive Rookie of the Year goes to Daniel Jones, Dwayne Haskins. Michael Crabtree, for some reason, still is a rookie. And defensively, Devin White, and no other players that are actually a rookie in the top 10 here. Now I do want to look at the passing stats in the entirety of the NFL before we do see who wins the Super Bowl. Drew Lock, 4,200 yards, basically 4,300 yards, 23 touchdowns, 14 picks. Tannehill with a pretty good season. I mean, I might end up actually starting for my Titans this year if Marcus Mariota more than likely will get injured. Hopefully not. Brian Hoyer, 26 touchdowns to only 8 interceptions. Matt Schaub up there. Who led the league this year? As we look at some of the other statistics across the league. Teddy Bridgewater, 35 touchdowns to only 12 picks. Most interceptions thrown this year goes to Blake Bortles, of course. Even with him being one of the highest rated quarterbacks in this experiment, he still throws 20 picks. Brett Hundley with the Cardinals threw 18. Trevor Siemian with 17. Most passing touchdowns, it goes to Kyle Slaughter with 35 and Teddy Bridgewater with 35. And just for the heck of it, receiving yards goes to Emmanuel Sanders with Drew Lock as his quarterback Paul Richardson with the Redskins up there as well. So a lot of like random names at the top of the receiving list. And Tyler Boyd with Jeff Driscoll with 14 touchdowns led the NFL. Now with that said, my dudes, it's now time to see who makes it to this Super Bowl with backup quarterbacks as their actual starter ends up being the LA Rams and the Cleveland Browns, which is insane because I know you guys, if you watch all these experiments, have heard me say that it's insane because the Browns seem like they make the Super Bowl in year number 1 almost every single time. And even with their backup quarterback, Drew Stanton, starting for them, they make it. Now, the reason it's insane that the Rams made it is because Blake Bortles led the league in interceptions, yet there they are. Now, they were my pick to win the Super Bowl, so how much of a genius am I actually? Am I going to get it done, do the impossible, and no. At least I had a decent pick, but who would have, like, freaking expected the Browns and Drew Stanton to win the goddamn Super Bowl? So the Browns, even with the backup quarterback, according to Madden, Baker Mayfield, it's not even that important, but I thought that was interesting. So the Browns get it done, win the Super Bowl with their backup quarterback 21-10 over Blake Bortles and the LA Rams. Hopefully, guys did enjoy this experiment. And if you did, make sure to smash that like button. Subscribe if you are new. Turn on the notification bell if you haven't. I'll catch you guys next time. Have a great rest of your day. God bless and peace.